This is Cyberpunk 2077. We're here taking a look at patch 1.31. We do have a video where we take a look at the different DLC items that were released with the last patch, but now we're talking about the new features of this latest patch that was just added to the game. So this is on, well, basically affecting the different platforms, so we'll specify if anything specifically kind of impacts one platform over another, if that makes sense. So first off, they fixed an issue where after upgrading an item with a quest tag, the base version of said item wasn't removed from the inventory. Whew. They have fixed an issue where weapon reload speed perks slowed down reload time, which obviously isn't the best thing in the world. They have also, hello there, corrected the height of the charged jump. So I don't know if that is impacting things in a negative or a positive way. Seems pretty good, assuming this is the charged jump that they're talking about. Adjusted enemy stealth detection speed dependent on game difficulty. This isn't my car. This is it. V will no longer get stuck in the falling animation when crashing a motorbike while also having the rock perk on. I did also notice that it looked like my settings of quality and performance mode were changed, so I had to turn it back to the performance mode because that's what I want. So for the enemy stealth segment, that means depending on the difficulty you're playing, how well the enemies detect you will change based on the difficulty selection that you have made in the game. Hey, is that the area where we all chill out and we talk about like the stuff campfire area that one time? Anyways. Oh, is this a new area for sure? I haven't been here? No, this is, we've been here multiple times. Get out of here. Anyways, open world and quests. Fixed an issue where Judy didn't spawn in her van on Jig Street. These boots are made for walking. Thornton, Gallon, and Rattler will no longer become invulnerable after the quest is completed. Beat on the Brat. Fixed an issue where the quest could reactivate the objective, go to the final fight on saves made on the game with version 1.22. With a little help from my friends, two-parter fix. Fixed an issue where the objective, wait for the nomads, could persist on screen long after the player's arrival at the junction. Is it just me or is the street traffic lower recently? This is weird. Usually the street traffic's a little bit busier. Anyways, fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to interact with the nomads to discuss the plan again at the same mission. The Nomad fixed an issue where a player's car could get stuck between a blockade and a guardrail, preventing them from turning to the car and blocking progress. Visuals. Seriously, there's usually a lot more car traffic. What is going on in this? Fixed an issue where roads after rain did not look wet, which was the result of ongoing work on the wet surfaces system in 1.31. Wet surfaces should look more detailed than they did even before the issues occurred. Removed hair under eyebrows in cases where they were set to off in earlier versions of the game. Fixed an issue while shooting with a tech weapon caused a momentary blinding light. With a little help from my friends, fixed an issue where Carol was missing from her tablet or sitting in the air during a scene. UI returned missing descriptions in overheat and short circuit quick hack tooltips. Returned missing descriptions for backpacker, resistal, osmosis, and footloose clothing mods. Miscellaneous. Fixed an issue where players can claim an in-game registration rewards due to error. A network error has occurred. Try again later, or please try again later. This is really weird. Usually, so we're on the Series X here, and usually there's, people and stuff. Where are all the people?
V, one of my missing vehicles could be near your current
What
position.
the heck did they do to the people spawning? Is that like a new bug? Look, the streets all have people all of a sudden. Is it like a texture loading thing? Or a render resource loading thing? Look, there's people now. When I was driving, there was no people. Or there were no people. That's really, really weird. Because again, usually it's, actually decently filled with people. So that was strange. That looks like maybe a new glitch. Console-specific PlayStation GPU memory optimization. I'm really thinking I should like grab the PlayStation version of this game sometime, so I could do like take a look at how this runs on the PS5, because I think that would be, for me, quite fascinating to see in action. But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, with these updates, it seems like some things kind of get messed up, and it's weird. Quite honestly, this one. I just want the best for Cyberpunk. Anyways, that's really all there is for patch notes. I do suggest, if you haven't been looking at the game for a while, I do have a video where I talk about all the 1.30 patch notes, the 1.3 patch. That one is a lot more in-depth. There is a ton of changes to the game. So that's more of an accurate kind of discussion and or look at where they've been going with Cyberpunk and the things they've been doing, you know, to improve the experience and add to it. What are you taking a look at, lady? Doesn't look like you're using a camera app.
An explosion from a terrorist.
That's really weird. Is this like a museum? So yeah, you might find that to be slightly more intriguing for kind of catching up on what's been changing in the game, whereas this was mostly just a small, you know, kind of update and or change to the game, if that makes sense. Is this like a museum or something? I really don't understand this. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to shoot there. Anyways. Yeah, anyways, I like Cyberpunk but quite a bit, but at the same time I'm like, Or is this a memorial? This might be a memorial. What the heck happened here? It looks like it's a story to something kind of exciting and interesting. Okay, you guys are weird. So I'm just going to show off a bit more gameplay and whatnot of the most recent update. And as always, you know, for the Cyberpunk stuff, I'll be back covering, you know, the new updates and everything like that, because I enjoy playing the game and I always find it, you know, to be an intriguing experience that offers quite a bit gameplay. Like, if you work through the story, it's a fine time, and it runs fine on the next-gen platforms. And Stadia, I didn't really have issues with either. And with each update, they change different things, and it's always intriguing to see what happens. And of course, you know, we'll definitely be back when the Series X optimization happens, because I am so curious to see, you know, what goes on with that one at some point in the future too. Doesn't feel like a safe area when the door is blocked and I can't get in. Let me in, let me in. Area is safe. But yeah, nowhere on the outside is safe, am I right? That must have been the site of the bombing thing or whatever for Arasaka. It's a story thing. You'd have to play the story to quite get that, but you know, at least it, you know, for me visually, no matter what you say, the world feels very cyberpunk-esque. Like, it captures that sense of wonder sometimes. Maybe not for the weird thing where the people in the traffic weren't loading. Usually they seem to load a little bit better. So that was a weird situation, to be honest. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. You know, I don't know if I've actually walked around here. Usually I drive by the fish area. I don't normally walk into the middle segment of the spot. That's kind of interesting to see. This is mostly, again, just like a visit to be like, hey, here's what they've done. Small amount of patch notes, which I guess is kind of a good thing, that we didn't have, like, half an hour, 40 minutes worth of patch notes like the last couple times. Because I guess this is more of an incremental, like, hotfix update, but something to cover and talk about and go over. So anyways, that's Cyberpunk for now, I guess. I look forward to showing off more at some point in the future. And, you know, it's always a fascinating time going and doing new updates and talking about them. That's for sure. It's never a dull moment in the world and the life of Cyberpunk 2077.